Okay, we live. And so we are live. So make sure you hit the like button so it really help out the content. And so me sitting up here discussing about Jay Briscoe. I'm gonna put join members. Join members only. No, you don't read much. No, I'm live. So because I said we are going to talk about new members only because like I had tried to tell y'all in the past that about Jay Briscoe, and either much I said that because this is the All Heart Radio show where you either much be checking us out over here. So because I mean the top wrestler story of weeks of one. I mean on the story, the top 10 wrestler story of one half of 20 Jay Briscoe tribute WWE Raw 30th anniversary Vince McMahon more. And so we get welcome back to TJ Radar. Did you spend all day Friday trying to avoid your return boss around the office and missing WWE SmackDown? Perhaps you spend all day Monday practicing throwing the football farther than 3 yards away, missing Raw. And so we end up getting into and you see I begin the top 10 list this week and would like to take a moment to regardless the loss of Jay Briscoe because real name Jimmy Paps Jimmy Paps Toskett calls Toskett passed away this week in a car accident at the way too young age of 38, because Briscoe had been a part of RH and along with his brother Mark then were in their incredible 13 reign of RH tag team champion. More important, the Briscoe was also a father, two, three children, and a husband. I would like to give my condolence to his family and to his friends and family. May he rest in peace. So Jay Briscoe and her daughter to cheer up the time limit. And so we get uh Mickey James Impact Knockout. Mickey James' career is not quickly over yet. This past Friday at Impact Wrestling, Hard to Kill, James defending Judy Grace in the main event of events to come true a knockout champion. Mickey, oh yeah, these matches. Because I said that, because I give him his prop. I would give him his price because though you either much have yeah, like I say, you either much have people, and look, the Briscoes though they either much was not even much never gonna succeed in the WWE. Either much you going up against the Usos, the Judgment Day, the Street Profits, the Usos, the Judgment Day, the Street Profits, the Viking Raiders, and if FTR would have stayed in in WWE, because you know that the Briscoes was not going to succeed in WWE up under the Vince McMahon administration, and Vince McMahon would probably would have destroyed the Briscoes brothers, and they was not going to succeed. In the in AEW up under Tony Khan, they was not gonna succeed up under him because either much they didn't want them on national television, because people, you would have been going up against the FTR, you've been going up against the Alpha Academies, you would have been going up against the Malachi Black, and would have been going up against the Black Combat Club. You would have been. Look, they didn't want them in AEW because the Metal Brothers, because the Warner Brothers own TNT, and Tony Khan either much has a contract up under them. So we sit up here and you look up and say, how about that Tony Khan is the one that had hmm, say that he is the one will always will be and Tony Khan will always would be, and bought them over the already. They had been the reigning champions over there in AEW. Because it is sad though, because we lost Briscoe at the age of 38. We have, because, and then because let me tell you something, long as I either much have been in the podcast community with look, I just want to pay my condolence to his family. Just want to pay my condolences to them. And then, cause either much with Queen Lake, cause I said, dude, ever since I find her for the past 3 years, cause you know she do watch it on Friday night, Monday night Raw, and Friday night SmackDown every week, and she been doing this for the past 3 years ever since I've been on live because what I do, I get on there and give my opinions to her. And then, cause you ain't talking to no dummy dude, I read though, cause I know what's going on a Ration Dirt Show. I know what's going on social media. I know what's going on behind the scenes. And then you gonna tell me that I even much have been talking off the wall though. And then because look, sometimes though, Queen, she can either much come off and open up her damn mouth and say something dumb. That's what she can do. Open up her mouth and say something dumb, and bring her damn fat head ass on, and then I just said because I do her the same way she do me, and Cameron, he can open up his mouth and say something silly. You can open up your mouth and say something silly. Can open up her mouth and say something silly when we was on Friday night SmackDown. And then y'all said though what Queen would do, Ivana always talking about Austin Theory, talking about hey, I better know. I better have my child support money, but I know that, and you know she can do, and she crazy, she is stupid as hell. I said, since you crazy, how about I am too? Cause I don't fuck around. I do not do no fucking around with no body. So I don't give it because you ain't none of my people. You ain't none of my people. You ain't none of my kinfolks. You ain't none of my cousin and all that. Cause I did somebody that's get on live and talk to you, and then in camera don't be open up. You be open up your mouth saying silly shit with his silly ass. So she don't know it, dude. She don't really much know I'm online. She don't really much know I be online because I don't want her ass to either much know that I'm on live. I don't want her ass to know I'm on live. I don't want her to know that. I got a moderator, so hold up.
And they said, well, the dog's finished with it. I don't know what kind of dogs they are. But he said it wasn't worth mountain. But the big cat, I saw a picture of it. Of course, I was at the bar. And imagine that. And I wish I'd got a shot of that because that cougar is holding up shoulder height and its feet and tail were still on the ground. So it's a real one. I filmed, I don't know if you got that little film because I did. I watched it during the break, that video of that bobcat. Yeah. That in your backyard. No, that was over in Victoria and she lives there. It's at Honey Bird's place. I do some work over there occasionally. And, storage buildings, and we build storage buildings, stuff like that. And we come up there, I pulled up and I was finishing my coffee off, and he walked out of the woods. It's on 2.5 acres right there on Business 59.
I mean, long as you either much sit up there, right? And so these people who either much want to come in my live and either much to myself, let me tell you something. If you don't either much like me, go find you somebody else to go listen to and unsubscribe off of my channel. Go do that. So and go unsubscribe off of my channel. And so and you that's all go get subscribed off my channel.
I got one that it's a good one too, man. I want to find it if I ever get a chance to shoot it. It just won't stick.
So that's what you do, subscribe off my channel.
And by the time I go in to get my rifle, it's gone. And it comes in, trying to catch squirrels. Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's what you do.
Well, have you still got that little patch of woods right there for you? Yeah, yeah, I've still got that cover over there. Yeah. All the across the highway from me, all that property over there, that's all high fence now. And it's a good thing it's got the hog traffic down. Hogs down there because all that development is shoving all the animals towards the bay. And but they always come from over there. And if it's right there, they can get under or get through the high fence. Oh yeah, yeah. Bobcat can climb a damn thing, so get an alligator. Oh yeah, that Crocker had a picture of a huge bobcat on that Davis ranch he used to hunt a lot, and it was they had video, on gang camps of it killing a small young doe and carried it over.
And then we the much let's get into this. I said the future of WWE waits. The pyro and cons of the prediction, the WWE buyers. And so on the user, you've been living under a rock. No, it has been a wild start for 2023 in the world of WWE. So as we all saw, Vince McMahon put himself back on the board of directors on January the 6th, bringing with him recently fired Michelle Wilson, and George Borrow in the replace of three members already on the board. Since then, three other board members have resigned, including Stephen McMahon, who quit the company early, just days after Vince McMahon returned, and Stephen McMahon resigned, who was since as hanging below as she was gradually realized really will linked by everybody in the company for now. Nick Khan remains the sole CEO, and Paul Levesque still remains the chief content officer, meaning he in charge of the creator team. Vince McMahon is now the executive chairman and explode possible Sir Tasket all notches, which could include a sale of possible taking the sale private again. Because could Vince McMahon take over Creator again from Triple H? Some fans in Atlanta believe that he will be, but for now he is therefore the final say. So on the two Paul hopefully is stay that way as I think Paul and Nick can remain in their roles in a corey to the stable of his company. The sale process is usually a lethal one that could take 3 to 6 months to complete, up to a year to fit froze. That's why a approach sale to Saudi Arabia rumor never made sense to me, as Vince had only been back for a week. There are higher investment banks like JP Morgan and then Rainer the group to help lead the sale process. So it seemed as if Vets are serious at last, but now about sales. The company, assuming they do, I think only a few opportunities make sense. So let's decide that pyros and coins of some of the popular choices to decide about a prediction sale. And so Comcast is an easy pick to see why the world fits WWE Monday Night Raw as on the USA Network in his for most of the last 30 years, aside from when Raw was TNT. Spike Comcast owns NBC Universal. NBCU has had a relationship with WWE going back to the early days of Saturday Night Main Event before Raw even become a thing. It's easy to see why they might be attached to it. They always paying a lot of money to less the right to Raw and the WWE Network. Maybe it might make more sense just to buy the proper. And so there are a lot of power roles in Comcast. A complex for starting is an easy transfer. Comcast, who own the NBC, you already air WWE Monday Night Raw. They are also already less than right to the WWE Network and Peacock in the United States. Really, the only thing they would need to do is bring SmackDown back to the USA Network and potentially air it on NBC. Comcast has a network of about 160 billions of dollars. So paying 7.8 billions for WWE wouldn't even pay a decent into their budget. Will they be willing to do that? Who knows how it would make their most sense, given that they would probably have to pay underwear of 4 billions if they want to keep Raw, the WWE Network, and NXT. It could also mean a higher salary for wrestlers in independent free agent. As I started, Comcast has a way deep in pockets than WWE thought. Tragically, that would mean WWE could office higher selling salary if Comcast was on board with it. I mean, Comcast probably be the right place to either much buy WWE, because why you think you at WWE Monday Night Raw either much be 3 hours on that show, because they either much making so much money for the past 6 years on Monday Night Raw. Dude, I've been watching Monday Night Raw ever since I was a little kid. I've been watching Monday Night Raw. Okay? I've been watching it ever since I was a little kid, right in my bed, in my daddy house when I was staying there. And so They could air reality shows on E Network, put NXT on Sci-Fi if they wanted to. They are a lot of possible. There are also the Universal Studio theme park that could be used for several WWE related uh a a tat a tat Rex. You can also look at Universal Pictures and the film studio, that NBC process. We know WWE films didn't work out the way they wanted, but with an already embarrassment, big names, movies, studios at the this post, they could easily use some WWE stars from any of the movies. It really is a win-win for everybody involved. We just have to see. We is just gonna have to see because we get there is all not mean comes to be found, however, as with any wrestler prepare if you are owned by a media company of people who are expect wrestling people, you run the risk of them not seeing your vision for the product. We all saw what happened when AOL and Time Warner bought WCW through WCW entering exiting of the Turner Network. The only person who really wanted WCW or his payroll was Ted himself. Once Ted lost control, so did WCW stranglehold with the company, even during Pope WCW when they were kicking WWF ass for 83 weeks. They was still the outcast of the brand. So we saw that happen when Panda Energy in TNT, yes, they kept TNT afloat for years, but if just like Ted, the only person who really compacted for TNT and Dixie Carter, the daughter of Bob and Janice, pandering, refusing to pay money into the product, hiring into on so many levels because they don't really have anybody at top. Dixie inducted who understood the wrestling business, and the one person that did, Jeff Jarrett, was forced out of his own company. So WWE doesn't run the risk. They are also the pretending the rest of them keeping Vince McMahon in charge due to their long run relation, but I consider that higher alike. So, given NBC long history with WWE, I don't see them going the way of WCW and TNT. Also, know that WCW was losing millions of dollars that last 2 years before. They sell that sold to WWF for less money than AEW gets on their television deal. For 1 year, WWE has record year every year for 7 years now. They will sell for a at last 6 billions. That then definitely, I don't care how much money Comcast has, you don't just pay 6 billions on a popular and they can't. Is the US network. All due respect, will tank without WWE. Boy, I don't have the last date, but I am pretty sure Peacock's subscription in helping signified by WWE Network subscriber is a win-win for Comcast, and I would be shocked if it end up anywhere. I would be too, because and you know over there, long as it don't go to Saudi Arabia, look, you know that it's gonna if that Saudi Arabia deal either much going through, it's gonna be a key multiple wrestlers. They are gonna end up leaving WWE because you know how they treat they you know Saudi Arabia is not either much never gonna let a woman end up end up going over there to Saudi. They not gonna you know how to do. Saudi don't give a fuck about women's wrestling over there. And then how you think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn not allowed to go over to Saudi because they are both religious over there in Saudi because they not allowed to either much go in that country because Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn they both are religious. That's why they not allowed to go over there in that country. And you can sit up here and tell me that because it ain't gonna be no TV deal with Fox, it ain't gonna be no TV deal with USA Network, it ain't gonna be none of that because you either much got this crazy man who is a egomaniac. Only Vince McMahon need to much care about is money. He don't give a fuck about the shareholders, don't give a fuck about the fans. He only care about money. That's all he either much or care about. So that's why he ended up moving the people from the board. People was getting laid out of office. He hired his yes man that who is going to be lawyer to him. That's where he want because he wants somebody to end up kissing his ass. Because look, Vince McMahon is a cancer. He don't give a damn about what the fans want. He don't give a damn about with the shareholders. That's why he ended up changing bar laws into the WWE. And then he don't need much need the shareholders approve, so he's gonna do what he want to do. And then he look, you see, that's why we live in a globus world what we live in because he already end up facing he got multiple sex allegation against those women. He either much sexually he either much had raped everyone last of them. He started paying them all out one by one. That's to either much keep them quiet because you had a woman named Ralph either much and either much guilty. She's guilty. She either much her ass is guilty. I mean, he's guilty because he paying the woman $100 million. So to keep him from either much going to jail. Because I'm telling you that right now. Because you got people these superstars who came back to the WWE. That's like you seen Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Bronson Reed, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Bronson Reed came back. You either those are Triple H guys. Dexter Loomis is a Triple H guy. I mean the Santino X the bar is a Triple H guy that he either much had bought back. And so, and I'm telling you, if that fool, Vince McMahon, end up getting in power and take and remove Triple H and take back the creator book, it is gonna be a massive release. We are going back to that stupid 24/7 title. He can either much be doing goofy shit with our truth, chasing after that 24/7 title on Monday Night Raw. We are going to be going back to rematches after rematches on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown because Monday Night Raw ain't a perfect show either. So, because I don't care how long I either much have been watching Monday Night Raw because I growed up though. I growed up around the Eddie Guerreros. I grew up around the Dudley Boys, Eddie Guerrero, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, Billy Gunn, Hardcore Holly, Triple H, Bill Goldberg, Scott Steiner, Kurt Angle. I grew up around people. Look, I live long to see um Chris Benoit because I seen that Chris Benoit documentary because I seen it because you get on there and tell somebody who really the arg when I say it, dude. And to me, you look, you get on somebody's show and tell, look, people don't want to hear nothing about what's in the past about Chris Benoit, death, about he double murdered his wife and his son and hanged himself in his basement, and then talking about that. Look, that ain't gonna do nothing but start argument. People don't talk about that. That's the reason why my wife be telling you, you need to start talking to that silly ass girl with her silly ass. I don't give a damn how long you've been on YouTube for 3 years. Dude, do you think people want to subscribe to your channel? Those who don't like you? Because people, like I be telling them when I be in the live screen that, look, I know you don't like me. I know you don't, but if you don't like my podcast and you hate me getting up here telling the truth when I get ready to go live, that's unsubscribe off my channel. Go find you somebody else to listen to, cause I don't have no time for your bullshit for that. And then go find you somebody else to listen to because nobody ain't asked you to come over here. Nobody, cause you ain't paying me no money. You ain't no member to my channel, so you ain't none of that. Go find you somebody else to go listen to. Because you don't have to come over here.
There, but I've seen a lot of bobcats. I did see last weekend coming in here. I know it was a Gallows Bay Red Wolf. There's no doubt about what it was. It was not a guy, definitely a wolf or a hybrid. People say crossbred with the coyotes and it makes it bigger than a coyote with a similar marking and configuration of a red wolf. Eventually, got weird hours at night like I see a lot of weird stuff when you're driving. Everything else.
And so, and then, I mean, you don't have to come over here because back to that though, WWE, them people over there in Saudi Arabia though. Don't give a fuck about wrestling. Or women's wrestling. Don't give a fuck about women's wrestling because you know Vince gonna tell them what he wants them to do. Okay? Because he can't stand the fact because his family is booking better in him. He can't even understand it. I mean, he probably would pass it into somebody else's hand and make sure he's gonna sell the company, whoever he wants to sell the company to. Would that approval go through? That means that it's gonna end up in the wrong person's hands. Who don't know nothing about wrestling, who don't know nothing about talent, who don't know nothing how to book shows or the women's division or the tag team division, who don't know nothing about that. Because I'm telling you that right now. And then so to me, though, dude, I don't want to be a part of no Saudi Arabia. I don't want to watch it on no YouTube. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. And so people don't want to hear nothing about what's in the past. and shit. I said you need to quit talking about that to these silly ass people because that's the reason, dude. Me and Tidy's Mike, me and him parted ways, so he didn't want to hear nothing about what I was talking about in the past. He ain't want to hear nothing about that. So I told him that, dude, if you don't want to get on here and discuss wrestling with me, because me and him used to cover Monday Night Raw every Monday. Me and him cover Monday Night Raw. I say if you don't want to get on here and discuss wrestling with me, you can just part ways and go find your own podcast to go to. But you, I am not the one to be fucked with. Go find you somebody else because I speak on my opinion and what's on my mind. I don't care what you talking about. Because I'm telling you, every time I try to talk about what I growed up on, I was here when Eddie Guerrero. I was here when Eddie Guerrero died back in 2005 because I was like 11 years old when I was in the sixth grade when Eddie Guerrero had died, and I was 12 years old when Chris Benoit when Chris Benoit had died in 2007. That's when I was in summer school when he had died through tragedy. And Vince McMahon survived the vet. So people don't want to hear nothing about that. What you rolled up on, don't care nothing about what happened in the past and all that. You see, that's the reason why I don't fuck with these silly people. So I'm like I would tell Cameron, I would tell you and Ivana that I am who I am and is who I am. I'm gonna be that way. If you don't like it, don't fuck with me. And so let's get into CM Punk and CM Punk. Either much was talking about either much was talking about, and then either much I mean Tony Khan either must say he has no refusal of leasing CM Punk from his contract. And I'm telling you, you think CM Punk ain't gonna get a match of 23. You think The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, in Stone Cold, they ain't gonna get no match in 23. You are fucking mistaken. You think they ain't gonna get no match in 2023. But it will happen. Cause hopefully I'm right. Because the Rock say he ain't even much have enough time to for WrestleMania because he was on Twitter and I seen him, but the Rock looked like he is out of shape. That he end up the Rock ended up going to probably not gonna get wrestling, not gonna get the Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania in night one, but Roman Reigns ain't coming back just to beat the Rock. He is coming back just to put his cousin over. That's when he is coming. That's when he is coming back, and so and let me tell you something else. Cody is the one is winning the Royal Rumble. I don't give a damn what nobody talk about. He running on himself to win the Royal Rumble. Look, Seth Rollins ain't winning that Royal Rumble. It's gonna be Cody winning the Royal Rumble to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the WWE Universal Champion. I told they asses, look, when Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble, don't say I told you so. If Seth Rollins wins the Royal Rumble, okay, I was wrong. So I don't give a damn if you don't agree with me. I know what I'm talking about. True. Because y'all the one is a dumbass. I'm a not. True. With that bullshit.
Keep on going. All right, Manny. Thank you, buddy. Have a good time there. All right, take care. All right, next up, let's go to Roy Stephens, Briscoe Chambers. What's up, Roy? Just every week and a good Sunday morning. See how you been doing? Chatting. Yeah. You getting out on the water in here? It's cool weather, a little rain. That's all the other day or two go down there. Still again. We got, depending on where you were at, how much you got yesterday, but anywhere from 3/4 it was just one little day, 52 areas, right? And we did the catch yesterday, and like I said, it was chilly, but it wasn't cold, though, but I
And do AEW Rampage, I don't feel like doing it right now. I probably would do it next week. And so the Royal Rumble is just 8 days away. So I'm getting the SmackDown. So the Royal Rumble is just 8 days away on January the 28th from San Antonio. So it's time get to getting excited about. It seems I get asking about it say all the time. Here are my pick for two Royal Rumble matches. I am possible going with Cody for the men's and Rhea Ripley for the women. Cody might seem like or a a valuable choice, but I think it's the best choice too. They have kept Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley apart for a reason. I think they're the reason to save it for WrestleMania. My pick could change in a week when we do our Royal Rumble prediction for now, sticking with those picks. From the Little Caesar Arena in Detroit, Michigan. So for SmackDown for episode 120. The show replay. I mean, I don't care. I'm not gonna discuss it. So I'm not gonna be discussing it. So the bloodline arrived airing at the arena in an SUV car. So Sami Zayn did some fans handshaking with both Usos, but Roman did not accept to. Sammy waited for a first bump now. Do Solo, Sakura, and Paul Heyman. So it was a tag team match to start the show with Sammy, Drew McIntyre up for as the best friend duo. Sometimes known as the Banger Bros. They have 6 world champion gaining between them. The Viking Raiders were up next with the Von Hill from Sarah Logan joining them. The commentary team was Michael Cole, Wade Bill. I don't know if our when Pat McAfee is coming back, all Thursday round matches took place. So we get Cole sending condolences to late great Jay Briscoe. They nice of WWE to do that since a lot of guys on the roster work with the Briscoe brothers. So we get SmackDown tag team title contenders. tournament qualifying. Drew McIntyre, Sheamus versus the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivory. So the Viking Raiders in Velen had them boys block ban from Jay Briscoe in there. Briscoe is starting as a brawl on the floor right away with Drew getting sent into a rain post. Sheamus whipping Piker into the barricade. Sheamus hit Alvin with a knee to the body, followed by some forearms to the chest, but Iker was back up to hit Sheamus in the back. Sheamus sent Iker to the apron, leading to a forearm to the chest. Iker managed to send Sheamus out of the ring, leading to Iker getting the tag and hitting a cross body block on Sheamus against the barricade. Iker worked over Sheamus as the face in person in pencil while Drew was waiting for the tag. Sheamus back up, landing to a exchange of forearms with Eigner, who overpowered Sheamus and Eigner. Ivan, I mean, tags in with a double X hand to the back. Ivan with a cross face to Sheamus' face. Eichner was back in. Sheamus with a kick in a backbreaker. Drew was fired up on the apron as he got the tag with a cross long lied on Eibner, along with a shoulder tackle. Drew with a belly to belly suplex of Eibner, followed by Drew. Hitting a neck breaker on both guys. Eibner got a knee left to the body, but Drew come back with a Munchkin driveway to Agner stopped it a running Drew by getting his leg up to set across the chest. Agner was back in as he sent it Drew into a clothesline by Agner for a two count. Drew headbutted Agner, Eric, and Agner the legal. Drew chopped at him there, or Drew won a suplex, but Eigner stopped there. Sheamus took care of Eigner with a white noise. Sheamus, while Drew did a pull up, leading to a suplex off the top, which is a spot that Drew loves to do. Because it looked surprised. All four guys were down leading to a break. Is was Drew turn to be the face in Pierce of Eigner, working him over with repeatedly elbows to the head. Drew bounced off the turnbuckle with a clothesline along with a thick shot hitting to Drew changed a Eigner who hit a spinning kick to the head. Sheamus tags in against Eigner as the exchange punches. Eigner changed right into a power slam of Benhill, jumping on the apron to distract him. Eigner hit Sheamus with a overhead suplex. Eigner went up top and jumped off with a superfly splash for a two count on Sheamus. Eigner hit the perfect with his knee hitting the mat without really touching Sheamus, so it's looking great, but it doesn't hurt at all. Sheamus avoid a double team move with a knee to the face, and Drew hit a claymore kick on Eigner. Sheamus hit Eigner with a roll kick for the pinfall win after 17 minutes. And so winning by the pinfall, Drew and Sheamus. But I get his match 3 out of 4. Great match with the popular team of Drew and Sheamus picking up the win. It was a very physical match with the Raiders controlling most of the action as the work over Sheamus first falling by Drew turning as the face and person all of the bullet to excite finisher with Drew hitting the Claymore kick. Falling by Sheamus getting a bro kick for the win. The Viking Raiders are the more permanent team, but I like Sheamus and Drew together. They are always great to have great matches. Yeah, they always great to have great matches, but Drew McIntyre right now he's not in the WWE picture for a title. Sheamus doing his thing with the brawling brutes. And they are, and look, Sheamus can put up a hell of a match inside the ring and outside the ring. He's been the United States champion, world heavyweight champion. He's been the WWE champion and Intercontinental champion. Look, he touched every multiple title in the company. He had touched it. So Drew McIntyre is a beast in the ring. It don't matter who you put him in there with. So he is a ass kicking machine.
What I was talking about this morning on the Facebook page was the best it ever was. And if somebody asked me, he should say, "Hey, now you go give me one here." I'm not gonna
But
give
the
out.
Viking Raiders, they always put on a good match.
But if somebody asks you, walked up to you and said, "Mickey, we want you to give us 7 hours tonight on the best it ever was,"
They show Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman in the locker room why
in your life,
Sami Zayn walk up to Reigns, asking to talk Sami, asks Reigns about the great in the parking lot because it was bit false. Reigns said he how Sammy reason lost night last night. Sammy said he was disappointed last week. He took a lot of parading faction and Kevin Owens, and he was just about to put him away, but then he don't didn't know the Usos would be out there. Zayn said he didn't know the plan that Zayn monitoring. How Kevin Owens think that Zayn is being using, but Zayn said it's fine. Heyman had fantasy receptions like he was covering his face because he didn't like what Sammy was saying. The Reigns told Zayn to get out of saying he didn't want to hear if Reigns would wondering why he had to run his game plan by Zayn. And when did Zayn think that Sammy had to do that? Reigns told Zayn to get out there, maybe go find Kevin Owens has Owens bloodline. Reigns was angry as Heyman told Zayn to leave. Sammy left. So poor Sammy, he made a valuable point about not knowing Reigns' plan last week, but Reigns was a jerk to him, saying that Sammy did need to know what the plan was. It's easy to feel some political towards Zayn in this story because he continued to do the right thing. I mean, yeah, because when I get through reading, I'm gonna discuss Sammy. I mean, at the end of the show.
7, 8 years apart, like a full cycle, a full age class of a fish from black.
LA Knight was showing walking in his rain gear where we saw the Bray Wyatt logo on the screen a bit too.
We had blood mixed in there. We had a big blood '89, and
And so Roman Raquel Rodriguez did a program about being in the Women's Royal Rumble match. She should get a lot of elimination in the match, but Raquel is not winning the Royal Rumble. Okay, that's a shut up about that. They only have four women on the graphic for the women's Royal Rumble at that point. Rhea Ripley and Raquel, Leah Morgan, Kansas, LeRae. So Leah Morgan ain't winning the Royal Rumble, and Kansas LeRae is not winning the Royal Rumble. LA Knight did a pre-match promo asking somebody to help Bray Wyatt figure out what is going on. Knight said that one week he wasn't Uncle Howdy, then he said the next week that he is him. Knight shout out of his name saying he's a guy that is going to make Wyatt think that he should have stayed away. Knight said, whatever it pitch black or dark, he turned his switch out just like that. I mean, yeah, look, that was a good problem. Look, LA Knight has been killing that gimmick on SmackDown. He has been coming out. He get more TV time. He improving in his promos. In LA Knight, man, WWE has been doing a good job with his character.
Grew up around ducks all his life. And, a cat can kind of mimic a human voice, but he couldn't pronounce the Q and quack. And they said he would walk around going whack, 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 whack. A cat? It's crazy, but there are a whole bunch of cat stories. Our family, I think that's all he grew up with his cat. Yeah, that was the case. Some guy in the middle of the night. Yeah. He was on years ago. But he was even on that Contact movie with Jodie Foster. He was interviewing this guy on the movie. I remember. Anyway, that was a big story about a cat. That's when I ever heard about a cat.
LA Knight versus Greg Jones. There was some wide graph on the screen after the bell rang. Knight hit a clothesline, followed by the BLT blunt face.
Get back to this picture out. We've had our years, we've had our moments.
I mean, yeah, I don't care about this match. Okay, that was a 2 minute match. I don't care nothing about it. Don't give a shit. So we get there was a flyer. I mean, fire flyer. Fans have videos that airs features some of Bray Wyatt puppet friends. Bray Wyatt was there in a red suite to welcome us back to the Fireflyer Fun House. Their rabbit dude was taking a position about LA Knight. Umbry told him to shut up, and Hexter was eating some chocolate. Wyatt ripped on LA Knight from being named Los Angeles Knight. Wyatt talked about people being scared of the dark and looking at the camera, telling Knight he should be scared of the dark. Uncle Hottie approached on a TV screen, saying, told you saw LA. All you need was a little push. Wyatt said he hopped it. You are selfish. He hopped it. You understand because you open the door and whatever comes through is your problem. Bray, see you at the Royal Rumble. Then he waved by and wished us a nice day. And so, welcoming back to the Fireflyer Funhouse, it was a unique way to have Bray issuing a threat to tell Knight that he is the reason this said of Bray is back, and now Knight has to deal with it. Maybe then means we see Wyatt more into the Fiend again to beat Knight in the pitch black match at the Royal Rumble. I think Wyatt beating Knight is very obvious for the Royal Rumble match, but it's curative, ignorant to see how it happened. Because I remember when Vince McMahon killed the Fly House because he was just hard to get along with backstage. Look, Bray Wyatt I already know he was not either much being booked right. Then you either much put him in the match with Braun Strowman. You beat it him at SummerSlam in front of no fans. Roman Reigns came and took the bet off of you at WWE Payback Rules, and then you put him in the I mean, I remember that because Bray Wyatt, though, should have been champion 6 months ago. I would have had Bray Wyatt in a match with Bill Goldberg again and take the Universal Championship off of him and build his character up for the past 6 months. But Vince McMahon and Bruce, they really had to kill the Fiend. That's what they had to do because Vince McMahon never gave two fucks about Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, so we'll be back next Thursday morning, bright and early, 4 a.m. right here at Sports Radio 610, KILT Houston.
Never gave two fucks about Bray Wyatt. And after he killed the Flyer house. And so we get to this SmackDown Tag Team title contender tournament. Qualify Hit Row, Top Dollar, Shanti Adonis, B Fab versus the Los Luchadors, Angel Roberto. Hit Row are heels now. After the reason turned a double team slam by the Luchadors, leading to a double kick. Adonis hitting a spin drop kick on Angel. Dollar teasing Angel down, leading to a Angel leaving the ring door, chopping Angel while threatening Cole for running his mouth. Roberto tagging it against Ashanti with Roberto going for a sunset flip, which leads to spin kick. Roberto dropping Dollar out of the ring. Luchadors hitting a suicide dive onto Hit Row on the floor. B-Fab grabbing Herberto foot while the referee wasn't looking, and Adante did a roll up of death while grabbing the tights for the pinfall on Herberto. It went about 3 minutes. Dollar was grabbing Angel to prevent the save. But Hero, though, I mean, the next week they facing Drew McIntyre. Look, I'm not even look Hero. People say I like Hero. Look, to me, they haven't done shit ever since they either much got back in the WWE because I don't like Top of Mop Dollar. I don't like him. I don't look B Fab. I like her, but she fine and all that, but I don't care for her. I don't care for her. And the fans don't like Hit Row anyway. So they turn on them. So next week, you know Drew McIntyre and Sheamus is beating Hit Row next week. So you think they gonna lose to them. But Sheamus and Drew are winning. Cody Rhodes packages. And packages air that Cody Rhodes for the third straight week is aired on Cody this past Monday as well. Each video also aired on SmackDown. It was about Cody getting his surgery for the torn patella muscle back in June. Now he's back in. Cody confirmed he in the Royal Rumble match. Cody at the Royal Rumble is back. So I'm glad because WWE either much had ruined his tournament. I mean his surprises. They really fucked that up. So they not good at keeping secrets. Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, was up next. So we get let's see. I mean, Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women Champion, made her answer. She was wearing a robe along with her wrestling gear and cold monitoring. mentally. She is a 14-time champ. I miss her old theme song, but I guess it was time for the remix that showed Charlotte fighting with Sonya Deville last week. Charlotte started with a woo to get some crowd support. Charlotte said that Sonya Deville seemed to have a problem with her because Charlotte beat her 2 weeks ago. Charlotte said if you have a problem with her, come say it to her, Charlotte face the woman to woman. Sonya trashed that fans while adding that she claims she deserved a title opportunity, but you don't think she worthy fan chanting, you suck at Deville, who was in the ring. Deville said if Flair gets out her higher horse, you realize that Deville is a straw while the fans shut their mouth when she speak. Deville said that last week it took 6 people to rip Sonya off of Flair. There's a fan chanting, "You suck at Deville again." So the fans said that Deville is a straw, but is Sonya saying that the other women in the back are stars? Player wondering why DeVille thinks she is more special than everybody else. Players said that maybe she is not entering and regaining one in the ring. Player pointed out the DeVille tape out. Player told DeVille maybe she should force on the Royal Rumble instead of jumping the line. Player said if you want to fight, Flair will fight her. Rain down the fan cheered. DeVille said no, even though she was in her wrestling gear, and said DeVille isn't going to do it if there were nothing in it for her. DeVille said she do it for, Flair. Put her title on the line. So Adam Pearce was WWE official opposed to wondering what they were doing since Flair was looking at Pearce. DeVille hit Flair in the back with a forearm. DeVille walked it towards the backstage hard while Flair was down a bit, and then she got back up. So this was a okay. I'm wondering, wouldn't call it that good or great or anything like that. DeVille is a great talker, a good talker that is solid in the ring, but I don't think the fans are ever going to believe in her each to beat Flair as the champ. The crowd receptive well to it, with Sonya saying a lot of things to get hit, while Flair used the crowd support in a smart way, as a said. Through it just doesn't seem like a big rivalry. Near does Sonya come across as somebody that should get a title shot again, considering she revealed was a match. Dude, you know that I really don't care about Sonya and Charlotte feuding because Charlotte is gonna be the one that wins. Regain that WWE SmackDown champion at the Royal Rumble. She's gonna be the one to regain, and after that, whoever wins the women's division. Look, I'll have Naomi beat Charlotte because I trust her because she put this women's division over. And on the SmackDown side in the women's division, she a two-time SmackDown women's champion. And then Naomi is very athletic in the ring. She is a very hell of a performer in the ring. And Charlotte, she don't do nothing for our women's division and shouldn't be. the SmackDown Women's Champion. Every time when she bring her ass back, she always got to sniff her way back in the title picture and can't stay out of shit. Just to keep these other women back there in the locker room from getting a opportunity. That's what it is, because she want to bury women below the. It would be a matter of time, though, that the fans would turn right back out on her, and Charlotte sucks is the baby face.
Thank you, Laura, to be here with you today. Absolutely thrilled to have you and Kroger. Everyone knows your name. We know that you all are so involved with the community, and especially now that we see so many families who are
Roman Reigns was showed in the dressing room again with Paul Heyman. Reigns, can you believe that guy Heyman claimed he don't like Sami? Zayn said day one, but he surprised support Reigns visit. From day one, Heyman said that when it comes to Sami Zayn, maybe it's better to have him in the castle passing out rather than out of the castle passing. And they show Reigns' face as the scene ended. So instead of points there from Heyman, basically it's better to have Sammy with them than against them, because Reigns must deal with Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. It was Heyman way or telling Reigns not to worry about it because Reigns has a lot going on now. I mean, we get this stupid Lacey Evans gimmick. Lacey, our future Lacey Evans was, we saw her beating up some woman at the Cuban clutch submission, which is probably her new finisher whenever she wrestles. And I don't care. I don't care because they just don't know what the fuck to do with Lacey Evans. The fans don't like Lacey Evans. She would just never get over in the WWE. Never. So let's get this match. Tag team title contender tournament qualified. Brawl and Bruce original versus the Imperium. So Lorraine, Cassidy, and Given. So Hollins and Vic and double shoulder tackle, followed by Hollins doing a hip toss. Bush tags in with a double foot stomp on the arm. Cassidy tags in with a Tyler Warm slams. Butch come back with a stomp on the left arm. Vic tags in with a cross body block. Cass with a running kick invention, knocking Hollins off the apron to the floor. They wanted to um, break to, manage into it. So Brush broke free from Cassie to bring in Hollins, who hit to clothesline. Hollins and passed into the turnbuckle, then two running splash in original, hit a running power slam on Cassie. Hollins hit a double back body drop on both opportunities. Bush tags in a with a move saw on Vinci on the floor, then kick on Cassie and Vinci shoved Hollis into the steel steps. Bush got out of a pin until followed by Bush applies a ankle lock. Briefly, Bush got a arm bar takedown. Cassidy rolls through and Vinci tags in with a moonsault of the top of Bush for two. Hollins push Cassie off the apron, leading to a Bush considering a movement to the pin attempt for two. Bush with a forearm to the face, falling by a tornado DDT out of the corner. Hollins tags in against Cassidy. Bush was a headbutt in overhead suplex across the ring. Bush went up top. Then she tried to stop that. Bush kicked Cassidy and kicked it Vinci. Cassidy kicked it Bush onto Vinci, who hit Bush with a brain buster on the floor. And Premium hit the Premium bomb, power bomb by Vinci, forearm by Cassidy for the pinfall win on Holly. It went around 10 minutes. So this was a pretty good. The crowd wasn't into that match, but they cared more as they got close to the fans, and Premium worked it well together towards the finish. I thought it was the right move to give them the win since they are an embarrassment team that should be picking up virtual virtual like that. Bush and Hollins are a solid team as well. I mean, yeah, because next week they versus. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I seen the match. So we see Sammy was showing sitting alone on Sammy equipment. I mean, cause Paul walked it up to Zane to say, "You Trout, you would like to see you the lead to a break." So next week we get Karrion Cross versus Rey Mysterio next week. So before the Royal Rumble, we get the SmackDown Tag Team Title Contender Tournament. Qualified the Luchadors, Phantasma, Jaquan Wilder, and Cruz, Dylan, Toro, Selena Vega, Santino Escobar versus the Maximum Models, Mensul, and Maurice Max the Preload. That is a Vince McMahon game. Can you get that fucker off my TV? Selena Vega was on commentary looking very distracted, which means great in there this because Vega says she in the women's Royal Rumble match. Models were in control briefly, but then the Luchadors kicked them out of the ring. Cruz and Waddle each hit the drive of the opportunity on the floor. Cruz and Waddle each hit double suplex and lead into Wild hitting a splash for two. Maurice with a jumping sidekick. Then he kicked it, knocked it Cruz off the apron. While Boyd a double team move. Then he hit a DDT and Cruz hit a springboard missile drop kick. Legal. The Luchadors hit the running kick leg sweep finish for the pinfall win after about 4 minutes. So I mean, I didn't care about this. Is a Vince McMahon game. I mean, dude, WWE they don't have no tag team rosters on SmackDown. They don't have no tag team on Monday Night Raw. They don't either much have a deeper division. What make you either much think Triple H made the tournament? Dude, it's weak. The tag team tournament is just so weak because I'm telling you, ain't nobody. The Usos shouldn't be losing to nobody because I really hope that the Judgment Day don't win the Royal Tag Team titles, and you already know that they are going to retain Monday is the undisputed champion. And then the only person who they should be losing to is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and that is it. And after that, they are going to be splitting the titles. You had a SmackDown tag team titles on Friday Night SmackDown over there. And we get Roman Reigns showing in his dressing room with Sami Zayn showing to say that Reigns wanted to talk to him. Reigns said he had some anger and issues sometimes, and that why he has a wise man like Heyman to counsel him. Reigns said that he knows Zayn is a perfectly, and he want to know things Zayn think him. Reigns says sometimes he wants the same love and loyalty that he gives out Zane, sucking up the range, saying they all love him. Zane said he always put what best for the bloodline finish. Zane said that whatever Reigns wanted him to do, Sammy would do it. Reigns told Zane to find the Usos to make sure the SUV are all ready, to make sure the jet is ready. And Reigns and Solo and Heyman will go sign the contract so then they can get out of there. Zayn said he do it. Zayn extended his hand for a first bump. Reigns touched his finish and then fan cheered because they saw Reigns not to it easily. Early, Zayn left while Heyman was proud of Reigns as simple furs bumping drew pop from the crowd because the story is very basic with Sammy as a everyman that is trying to be accepted by the cool guys. It's a story that works due to Heyman simply is Range and Zank are always good in their interaction together, while Heyman always has a great reception too. So next week, Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Cross, the tag team tournament semifinals, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre versus Hit Row, in the tag team tournament, the semifinals, Imperium versus the Los Fantasma. So we get a Royal Rumble Unified WWE Universal Champion contract signing. So the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman made his slow walk entrance with Paul Heyman and Solo Sakura by his side. The WWE offer official Adam Pearce was in the ring along with the leader chair and table for the contract. So Kevin Owens made his entrance without his music playing. Owens threw Solo out of the ring and hit Range with a stunner. The Usos showed up to go after Owens, but Owens fighted them off with two super kicks, and he sent the Usos into the barricade steel steps. Respectfully, Owens sent Range into the ropes, leading to a pop-up power bomb through the table. Owens liked it, looked it at Heyman, who had the WWE Universal title in his hands, along with the contract. Owens signed the contract. Owens had Jay on a black armband to support that late great Jay Briscoe, who was KO friend. So Sami Zayn feeling showing up in KO, throw the contract Zayn, and Owens ran into the crowd and went up the steps to get away before the bloodline could get him. The Usos checked it on Reigns was who was down, and the table while Zayn stood there holding the contract. KO music played to the end of the show. So it was fast paced setting with any talking like who are using to see in a contract signing setting since they were only about 5 minutes left for it figures something had to happen to make it look quick. Owens was talking several beatings from the bloodline, including last week on SmackDown. So having Owen jump them before the were ready, the right way to book this. Owens put Reigns through the table draw, a big topic, key things. Also, we hit that
Thank you so much, Dr. I really appreciate it.
I mean, also that Zayn was too slow to help the bloodline, which Range could monitor because the only guys were out there, but Zayn was not. It's also because Zayn was told by Range to make sure the SUV's prodigy were ready. So that's why Zayn wasn't there. Anyway, I full expect Reigns to beat Owens at the Royal Rumble, but I think this was effect in the term of giving Owens the advantage in this segment. I mean, yeah, because with let me tell you something. The only with Roman Reigns, look, Kevin Owens is not beating Roman Reigns for their Universal title. He is gonna leave the Royal Rumble. Then if they put Sammy in the elimination chamber, you know it's gonna be in Sami Zayn hometown Montreal, and then Roman Reigns is beating him for the Universal title. The only one should be beating him is Cody Rhodes. The only one should be beating the bloodline is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. That's the only person who should be beating. It ain't Hit Row, it ain't their premium, it ain't the Brawling Brutes, and it show hell ain't the Judgment Day over there on Monday Night Raw. It ain't none of them. And so I don't care what nobody else say. And then you know we got WWE Monday Night Raw with we got the DX Road Dog. Triple H is gonna be there. You got Hulk Hogan, who I really don't care about because they bringing that buffoon back. I don't expect Hulk Hogan to be on my television never again. And then we the much have who else? I mean, you have Alonzo Blade showing up, and I see when she throw that NXT tag team title in a trash can because nobody really don't care nothing about the NXT tag team titles because and I'm looking like, what the fuck is she doing there on Monday Night Raw? You got Ted Long. Ted Long was never a general manager on Monday Night Raw because when I seen him on TMZ, he said he respect Vince McMahon to return back to the WWE, and then he been working in the WWE for the past 9 years as a SmackDown general manager and don't want to let nobody down. And you've been working for that fool Vince McMahon for the longest, but now you want to you want to kiss Vince McMahon ass. That's what you want. That's why you there on Monday Night Raw. So look, I don't care about that. I really don't. The only thing that I either much care for I only care but the Road Dogg is there, Triple H is there, Sean Waltman is gonna be there, and you gonna have the Undertaker is gonna be there. I'm happy to see him. Kurt Angle is gonna be there on Raw. The Bella Twins, they probably gonna do a backstage segment. I don't care about the Bellas. And Ron Simmons is gonna be there. He probably gonna come out with Baron Corbin, and then they reunite together as APA, and that's it. So my man Kurt Angle is gonna be there. So, and you asking me is I'm gonna do Rampage, and you know damn well I am not finna do no Rampage. So I'm up on the weather right now, so I am not doing no Rampage. So this is the end of my live stream. So good night.